Verse of the day is Proverbs chapter 1 verses 23, and we're going to do it until 33. Yes, and we are going to do a little bit of study in this Bible verse. And let's start how it's going. Repent at my rebuke, then I will pour out my thoughts to you. I will make known to you my teachings, but since you refuse to listen to me when I call and no one pays attention when I stretch out my hand, since you disregard all my advice and do not accept my rebuke. Here God is telling us is that repent at my rebuke. Like when he tells you something, you should repent. Like when he's telling you this is the wrong way you are going, you should repent and seek him. And then he's telling us that then I will pour out my thoughts to you. No, he's speaking to me. Let's put that you in like it's me. I will make known to you my teachings. Like God will make his teachings known to me. But since you refuse to listen when I call, and no one pays attention when I stretch out my hand. Here it's saying, like, for instance, maybe God is talking to me, but I refuse to listen when he calls me, and I do not pay attention when he stretches his hand out to me. Since you disregard all my advice and not accept my rebuke. For example, the previous verses that I have read, because you are going to align them, you see God is giving you like wisdom and knowledge of what you should do when certain circumstances come. And he is telling you that, but since you disregard all my advice and do not accept my rebuke. So most of us fail because we know, but we are so ignorant. Even me, there are many circumstances I have failed in life because I have gone astray, because I have disregarded the advice that God gave me. The advice that God gave me. I know, but I don't want to listen. I know, but I don't want to be told. I know the truth, but I don't want that truth. I'm like closing my ears. I don't want to be told the truth. And then we go to the verses 26 to 27. It's relating. In return, you see what the previous we have been saying. In return, I will laugh when disaster strikes you. I will mock you when calamity overtakes you. When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster sweeps over you like a whirlwind, when distress and trouble overwhelm you. Imagine God laughing at you because disaster has struck you after he rebukes you and do not listen, and then he will mock you when calamity overtakes you. Imagine when calamity overtakes you like a storm. Imagine you are being in a storm, like imagine in a storm where like the body is gosh, even I'm imagining this in my thoughts, and I can imagine God has told you, hey, gosh, guys. So listen when God rebukes you. Listen to that advice when you're being told to not go that way, so that when you go that way and you fall into that pit, you don't regret it. I know many people have regrets, but change for the better. When disaster sweeps you over you like a whirlwind, when distress and trouble overwhelms you. Imagine you are in distress, you're in trouble, it overwhelms you, you don't know what to do, you have already done that mistake, you cannot undo it. You know, there are some mistakes by the way you cannot undo it, like you cannot go back. Like if you're in that problem you are in, because you are there and you cannot do anything, like hawezi fanya kitu yote kusio kitu. I'm like, gosh. And these are the times where you go crying back to God to help you, but he had already rebuked you to to that preview. Hey, gosh. Hey, let's go to the next one. And then 28 to 33. Then they will call to me, but I will not answer. Imagine you calling out to God and He's not answering you in that trouble that you are being rebuked and you never listen to Him. Hey, unamuita lakini is not like high tiki. God is not answering you because He had warned you, because He's saying, yeah, you will call to me and I will not answer. They will look for me but will not find me. Imagine you looking for God and you're not finding Him because He rebuked you, and then you refuse to hear what He was saying, and you are given advice and you never listened. You are told, never, don't do this, don't do. Even multiple times you are told, but you did it. And now you want them to help you, but you cannot be helped. Even you're calling them, even they are not receiving your calls because you are told not to do so and you did it again. And most of us, we are in these circumstances, we are told, do not, like, which example can I use? Do not go to that function. I told you not to go because he or she knew the disaster that will strike you. Do not go there because it's not safe. And then you go, and then something bad happens to you. And then you say, oh my God, I was told. Hey, gosh, many circumstances of which, yes. And then, since they hated knowledge, I did not choose to fear the Lord. Imagine when you hate that knowledge, the truth you are being told, and you do not choose to fear the Lord. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Yeah, you refuse to fear the Lord. And now you are facing the consequences of what you did. Since they will not accept my advice and spurn my rebuke, they will eat the fruit of their ways and be filled with the fruit of their schemes. But then, most of us, we are eating the fruits of our ways that we did back then, our ways of our early 20s, our ways of our late 20s, our ways of our early 30s. You are eating them when you reach 50. You are eating the fruits of what you did, what you knew was wrong, and you did it because choices have consequences. And be filled with the fruit of their schemes. A fruit, before it becomes a fruit, there's a process which is passing through if it's a farmer, has to water that fruit until it becomes a tree, until it bears those fruits. Imagine the process. It's the time for you to eat that fruit. If you never took care of it well, the diseases, the pests, they decided to eat the fruit, or maybe to, sometimes the way you find the pest inside a fruit. If the farmer took care of it well, he is going to have a bumper harvest. But if he never or she never took care of it, he is going to eat bad fruit, or the harvest will be very, very bad. So be very careful of the fruits that the ways of your ways, because the fruit that they will eat the fruits of their ways. You understand what I'm saying? I know you understand me, even if I'm not explaining exactly the way I want to explain it. For the waywardness of the simple will kill them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm. But I don't know if you have ever come across this kind of people. When they are told not to do ABCD, they won't do. They follow the rules, and then the product of it all becomes so good. But there are some people that are not told not to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and they go the opposite, and then they fail. They starting having regrets. I wish I never did that. Even me, there are many circumstances I'm like, I wish I never did that. I wish I never went that way. It was my way of saying that this is the freedom, but it was not freedom. It was a way of Satan making sure I fail, making sure that I don't listen to the voice of God, making sure I'm a failure. But now I'm awake. I'm ready to listen to God. I'm ready to listen to it all. I'm ready to walk in His ways, because His ways are better, are so sweet, and the fruits of walking with God are so sweet, and there is no bitterness. It's so sweet. There's peace of mind. There's joy. There's everything at the table of the Lord. Everything that you could ever want, you could ever think of, even the things you cannot think of, God is thinking out for you. Things that we'll never see, we are going to see. The things we thought they are not going to be real, they are going to be real, because we believe in God, and anything that is impossible with God is not real, by the way. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Go and reflect on Proverbs chapter 1 verses, I started from verses 23 to 33. Go and reflect on that and see what God is telling us, and see how God is talking to us. And when you read the Bible, you can see God is speaking to us on one-on-one. These are not things that you have never seen, never heard. It's just wisdom and knowledge all in it here. And it's so good, and it's amazing, and it's going to help us to walk this life well, like to be strong, to be very strong in this life. So guys, see you in the next one. Bye bye.